and on my wrist today is my Seiko SNZH53, the 55 fathoms as it is sometimes known. I barely wear this watch, but it really is a beautiful watch, and I put it on a shark mesh bracelet, and I think it works really well. Today's watch is the BLWRX 1000m diver. It comes in this beautiful green box, really high quality box. Let's pop her open and see what we have inside. There is the watch and a very, very misleading hang tag. $1,200 for this watch. Clearly no one will ever pay this price for this watch, just about a tenth of that. And the hang tag, clearly a homage hang tag. Comes with an instruction manual, international warranty and manual book to be exact. And guys, if you've ever tried to turn pages in white gloves, it is virtually impossible. Some nice reading there, number 4 there. In February and each month containing 30 days, you need to adjust the date at the end of the month. In case you did not know that, you know that now. You're looking at a 43mm case, 47 with the crown, a thickness of 16mm. You've got 22mm lugs that taper down to 20 at the clasp, and then back up to 22 with the clasp. A lug to lug of my measurement of 52.5, so it is a large watch. A 120 click unidirectional bezel, and good golly, seems to be very hard to turn with these gloves on. There we go. Had to just get her warmed up there, I guess. It is lume filled with BGW9 and ceramic. Got a sapphire crystal that is purported to be 5mm thick. That is interesting. A framed date window framing the date on the NH35 movement. I swear it's like every watch I do has an NH35 movement. It'd be nice if I could do something different, but currently that is quite a substantial amount of my collection. The case finishing is going to be all brushed everywhere except for the bezel. The coin edge bezel has some beautiful polish in between the another word I learned this week, knurling. I think it's knurling. I know it's knurling over here on the crown. I don't know. I like to I like to learn new words and throw them out there in inappropriate situations. You've got a helium escape valve, which is very similar to what would be on a Sea Dweller deep sea. Case back is pretty plain. It's got JB, or a back. It's not JB. It's back-to-back BL. Actually, is what that is. A back-to-back BL. 1995 BLWRX. You can see I've already put a few scratches in this bad boy because, truth be told, before this review is over, this is quickly becoming one of my favorite watches. It's water resistant, 1,000 meters, 100 bar, 3,300 feet, professional diver. If you're looking to pick one of these up on Amazon, they offer a variety of colors. There's quite a few colorways in this particular design, some beautiful ones. Hopefully in the future I can pick up a couple of more, but they even have two-tone, black, PVD covered. They just all look like there's something there for everybody. On the dial you have BLWRX just below the 12 o'clock. And then above this 6 o'clock baton, professional 3,300 feet equals 1,000 meters, water resistant, automatic. All applied indices with some very, very nice polishing to all of them. They are all lume filled with BGW9. Mercedes handset with, again, a perfectly done lollipop, which is my favorite thing. 1,000 meters. Let's talk about that for a second. That's 3,300 feet. So that's about almost 3/4 of a mile going down. Now, supposedly, there's no equipment that is able to test that depth, to my knowledge. I don't know. I've heard that that's not the case. So 1,000 meters, most people consider that it's a gimmick. Now, I have another 1,000 meter watch. I won't mention it now because I'd like to do a review of it, but it does not feel in any way that it can go to 1,000 meters. This watch is a substantial watch. It is very, very heavy. The sapphire crystal, it says it's 5 millimeters thick, and you do get quite a bit of distortion there that would lead me to believe that that seems to be accurate. I mean, I'm not going to pop it out clearly and measure it, but it does seem to be accurate. The construction of the watch and the crown, I'll unscrew it here. The crown is incredibly substantial, very grippy, and when you're rescrewing the crown down, let's see, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 times. So you're getting a good screw in distance with the crown. It would be really cool if somebody took this out in the ocean and like put it in some sort of like bucket or cage or something and actually dropped it down to 3,300 feet just to see if it is even possible that this watch would withstand that. The lume on this watch is killer. It's BGW9. It glows bright blue, and the lume ceramic bezel is just amazing. It glows great. It's really a great looking watch. So what do I like about this watch? Well, I like that it is very heavy, very substantial. I also like the finishing. I like the all brushed everywhere. You're not going to see fingerprints on this at all. You don't have to keep wiping it down constantly if you're OCD in regards to seeing fingerprints on your watches. You don't have to worry about that at all. This is a straight up tool style watch that's gonna keep looking great for quite some time. I love the bezel action. It's very solid. It's a little bit hard to turn in gloves, but it is quite solid. Just really great. No back play whatsoever. Lines up perfectly with everything. I did it right. Yeah, lines up perfectly with the indices. I really, really love the dial. The dial color. It reminds me of what you would slap on if you had just finished a round at Pebble Beach in California, a little round of golf, and you just throw this on in the clubhouse, and you kind of fit in there. The green just reminds me of golf 100%, and that's why I got this one, because I don't have a lot of green dial watches, especially like a darker green, and it almost looks black in a lot of situations, and you can see where where it gets into shadow there. Just really neat. I like the sapphire glass when it gives the distortion. When you turn it a little bit like that. It certainly doesn't seem to have any anti-reflective coating, as you can see me there with my little hat on with a P. So no anti-reflective coating, it would appear, even though I believe they say that there is. I really like the hands. I think the hands are done exceptionally well. They look great. Everything is clean. There's no rough edges anywhere. They shine and pop in the sun very well. I like that it has an NH35 movement, pretty much bulletproof movement, so you're going to get a lot of years out of that. The bracelet is really nice and substantial. What do I not like about this watch? Well, that BLWRX logo is very plain. I understand what they are trying to homage or copy, but I'm thinking that it needed a little bit more, like maybe drop the logo down a couple of millimeters and you could throw like a captain's hat, like a sea captain's hat or something above it, and just to give it a little more on the dial. So that's a little bit something to be desired. Another thing, obviously, is the folded metal clasp. It's pretty crappy. It does its job. It doesn't really bother me at all. There's 3 micro adjustments there. I would just like the rest of the watch, is so nice. It would just be nice to see a milled clasp in there, or something of their own design with maybe a diver's extension. This actually does have a diver's extension that I can show you. So, yep, diver's extension there. Not super cool, but it gets the job done. And there it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. It does wear big with those 52.5 lug to lug. If you can kind of see, if I can get it on the camera right, it does overhang my wrist slightly, but the watch really, it wears nice. It doesn't really bother me during the day. You can't really get good shots of anything because of the lighting is ruining the anti-reflectiveness of the watch. Clearly there is none of that. But all in all, I think this watch is a fantastic watch for the price and the variety of colors that they offer. It's just something that is really neat. I have 3 watches from the BLWRX lineup, and also the Neymar lineup, which is what their name was before they changed it to BLWRX. The Neymar watch I absolutely adore. And then there's the second BLWRX one I got, and I think they really, really missed the mark on that one, and I'd like to do a review of that very soon. But I think if you were going to pick one of these up, it is beater watch price currently. And hey guys, you're in the Chinese New Year right now, so if you're thinking you're going to get anything from overseas, you're going to have to wait a while. You can pick this one up on Amazon. Amazon Prime shipping, get it in 2 days, and I think you will be very, very happy. So until next time, guys, I will see you next time.